I press play now.
Alright.
I can call you Chazz, because I don't really know you like your real name. I know it's Chazz something.
Chazz, that's fine. Because a lot of people know me like that.
Man, I'm about to just pin it, bro.
Huh?
I'm about to just pin this to the wall.
I think you good right now.
Watch me get that, stripes like Adidas in my city. I ain't rich yet, jump man fan, keep the vans for the kickbacks. They don't understand, I'm the man where I live at. All for the dream, tryna keep my name.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. And today I got a very special guest. We got Chazz in the building.
Thank you, appreciate you having me.
Oh yeah, but
Hello everybody.
basically she came in to show, to like talk about her podcast and to show some of her favorite kicks.
Yeah.
So tell the people about yourself.
Yo, so I'm Chazz. I'm from Lake Charles. I live in LA. I have a podcast going on out there, and it's pretty much my niche is music, soul music to be exact. So yeah, I think that's all I really want to share. Check out the podcast, Virtuous Optimist Podcast. If you have any questions or anything, my social media, Virtuous Optimist Everything. Virtuous Optimist on Twitter, no T on the end, and my social media, my personal social media is Chantanza. That's CHANNTANZA. You can link with me there, but yeah, that's pretty much.
So basically, everybody got like a channel on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
So why you did a podcast?
Why I did a podcast? Because I really just wanted a platform, and I didn't want to be the face per se of the platform, because I also on the Virtuous Optimist podcast, I said it's pretty much soul music, but that I have underground artists come on the show, and I interview them and shine light on their music and the things that they've done so far. And it's not limited to just music, like I've had Jalen do a little piece for me for his Wall of Dreams TV on the podcast. So that was an episode. That episode is titled Just Purpose. So I reached out to it. Yeah. So I reached out to a number of my loved ones who had, different little platforms or different things going on. So we had Jalen on there, we had a writer on there, we had a rapper on there, a singer. So a number of different things. It's just a platform to shine light on people's crafts. Because I feel like we need that, and we need to, I feel like I'm just a vessel to be able to do that for other people. So, within that, like I said, I chose to do just audio because, for one, that's how podcasts started off, just completely audio. And on the other end of it, I didn't want to be the face of it. Like, I didn't want people to say, I'm gonna watch this podcast because it's a pretty girl on there, or that type of thing. And I feel like we live in such a visual world to where it's like people, the attention spans are so short to where people aren't really wanting to just sit and listen to something. So it's kind of like if and I know that it's a disadvantage for me because of that, but at the same time, it's like this is how I'm choosing to do it. So, it is what it is, So, but yeah, that's why I chose a podcast, because I just didn't want to be the face of the whole thing. Eventually, we made, I actually have a YouTube channel. I post, when I go to shows, I film parts of the shows and I post them on YouTube. So I do that type of thing, but as far as, constantly seeing me and seeing my face and stuff, you probably won't see that no time soon. Yeah.
So, what made you want to love music, soul music? Why did you fall in love with it?
Cause it's it's just soul. It's the feeling of it and the emotion that you get when you hear music, and the emotion that you hear in the music, in specific to soul music. I love live music, so it's like, these artists our musicians aren't singing necessarily, but they're singing through the instrument that they play. So whether it's a saxophone or it's a bass or, it's a regular guitar or drums or keys, whatever the case may be, they're singing through this instrument. So I feel like to be able to do that, it has to come within.
Yeah.
And it's like when you listen to really, really, really soulful music, you're like almost, you ever been in church and the music is like just running and you like, almost in tears because of the music is just so emotional to you. Like that's how I feel about certain music that I listen to. So it's just stuff like that, you know, just stuff that just moves me on the inside. But I've been, you know, of course, listening to soul music since a little kid. Yeah. So it just stuck with me, and it's still sticking with me, and I'm kind of just still going back and going back and going back. I'm trying to catch up. Yeah. But it's like
who's your favorite?
Who's my? It's difficult.
Top three.
It's difficult. It's difficult. At one point, I would say that my favorite singer was Erykah Badu, but like I said, because I researched so much music, I can't even say that she's one of my favorite anymore. Kendrick Lamar was one of my favorite rappers, but again, like I can't really say that anymore either, because it's like when I was saying that they were my favorite artists, I was still living in Louisiana. Yeah. And like living on the West Coast, it's like you're exposed to so much stuff, like whether it be music, whatever, like you just exposed to everything, and you realize that you're like, damn, like I really don't know nothing. Yeah. Like all we really knew around here is black or white. Yeah, basically. Yeah. You know, rap or singing. You know, like dress shoes, tennis shoes. Yeah. You know, like we don't know nothing else beside that. So when you move to a place to where it's like everything, every type of people, every type of person, it's just really difficult. So to go back to your question, I don't really have favorites. Like I have favorites at the time. And so it's difficult to pick. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, let's get into your, favorite shoes. Yeah, so I guess these really wouldn't be my favorite, but they're the only tennis shoes that I pretty much have, and I brought some all-purpose heels too. But since I have these on, I'll start off with these. Now these are Chucks. You can't live in California and not have a pair of Chucks. So these are my Chucks, and they are dirty. I feel like Chucks have to be dirty, especially the white ones. Like you can't walk around with fresh white Chucks. Yeah, it's not forces. Right. So you like, I don't really know. But yeah, so these are my Chucks. I wear these, like I'll probably throw these on, go to the beach, or like I'll probably put them on to go out sometimes. But I don't really wear these a lot, but I'm glad they got dirty though. Yeah. Yeah, because for when I do wear them, so. But yeah, I wear these every now and again. But, and then I got some Nike Roche. That's how you pronounce it? Yeah, Roche. Yeah. So I like these. I got these from the Nike factory, and like, you ever been to Vegas? Nah. So right before you get to Vegas, it's a big ass outlet. I forget the name of the outlet, but it's like one of them outlets where they have like the Nike store, the Levi's store, all those stores. And I don't know if you know, but the Nike store, they have like every week it's like a shoe of the week. And that shoe is usually like really cheap, like $40. Yeah. Like cheap. So this is the second pair that I got off of the shoe of the week when I went, and they were like $40. And I haven't seen anybody with these shoes. You shining, huh? Yeah, everybody always they be like, what kind of shoes are those? Those are tight. But yeah, so these are like my nice shoes. They are a little bit dirty, but I pretty much wear these like when I know I'm not going like hiking, or if I'm not going to do something where I'm gonna get them really, really dirty. So yeah, I like these. And then I brought these are my all-purpose heels, really cheap. I'm super cheap. I don't buy expensive stuff. But yeah, these are some little cheap shoes that I got, little sandals that I got from I think like the New Orleans area. But these are all-purpose. You can wear them. I worn them to work. I worn them to church. I wore them to shows, concerts. Whatever, so yeah, these are all purpose. But yeah, that's my little, I could have brought my whole thing, well, not could have because I flew, but yeah, that's the tennis shoes and the shoes that I wanted to showcase. So you say you cheap, what's the most, money you paid for a shoe or like a heel? Oh, I used to be on Jay's Hard, them 13s, them the gray and blue. The what they called? Oh, it's the Flints. Yes, them was my shit. Like since a little kid, like I could pull pictures. Mom they used to get us J's, and I used to have the little socks with the ruffles. Yeah. And I used to have the ruffles on top of the J's. But yeah, so I don't remember because I was a kid when I got those, so I don't remember how much my parents paid for them. But I got them again when they came out. I was probably like in. Probably middle school, I had them again. Still don't remember how much I paid for them, but I ended up getting them Space Jams, and that was probably the most I paid. But I don't think it was more than $200. It probably wasn't even more than $150.
You can't talk about them.
Space Jams?
Yeah, somebody broke my house and stole them.
Word. Dang. I ended up selling mine because I was like, man, I got to the point before I moved to California, I got to the point to where I wasn't really wearing tennis shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And if I did wear tennis shoes, I would go buy like Kids, or I would buy like little, like little cheap shoes, little, shoes that you just play around in. But I ended up selling the Space Jams because it was one of those things to where I just had it in a box, and I don't feel like if I'm gonna have something that's expensive, I don't feel like it should just be sitting around as a collector's item.
Like me, I do. But
I mean, you're different because that's your thing.
Yeah.
That's your thing. You collect sneakers, but for me, it was like this is money sitting in your face that you're just looking at.
Oh man, you sound like my mama.
To say you have it, And I'm like, I'm not really. I want to be using what I have.
Yeah, I think you're the first female to come on the show. I think so.
For real?
Yeah, so how it feel to be, like the first female to come on the show?
How does it feel? I mean, well, like I said, I appreciate you having me. I hit you up. I was like, yo, I want to do All the Dreams TV. I'm bringing my shoes.
Yeah. I was shocked. I was like, dang.
So I mean, I appreciate you having me, and that's awesome. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to write my name on the wall or something, like I feel good about it.
Oh, it's a dope idea. Whoever comes, they gotta
like a guest wall.
Yeah, it's dope.
And if you don't want to do it on your wall, you could get like some canvas, yeah, and that would be dope.
But
yeah.
Anyway, man, I thank you for coming, man, on the show.
Thank you for having me.
But if you haven't already, man, check out her podcast. It will be down below.
Yes.
And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, y'all.
All right, peace and love.
Go on.